participants here in this webinar. If any one of you here is someone who is, extremely satisfied, 101% satisfied with whatever he or she is doing, who wakes up in the morning and thinks life is so beautiful and I am actually able to do and achieve what I wanted to achieve, the self actualization. If it happens with you every day, then you can actually just log out of this session, because you can actually invest your time in something else, and probably you should consider organize a session. I would really like to attend that. So just on the lighter side, none of us, I have not find a single one of us, and I have not found as yet a single one of expert, or even I have had the opportunities to talk to some millionaires and billionaires, experts in different fields. None of them could actually confidently say that they are actually able to achieve everything that they want to, and they have, every day they can completely they are completely satisfied with whatever they are doing. So if you think that there is some gap in what you want to do, that gap can be little, that gap can be huge, depending on what you do and what you want to do. If you think there is a gap, then you have the why for career mapping. Why is something which establishes the gap between what you want to do, or what you want to achieve, and where you are existingly there at present. So that is something which needs. Okay, we'll come to that point later. What is the need and what is the analysis? But that is a point where you establish the need. Any big idea, any big company, any big organization, any big product which has impacted the world comes out of a need establishment. In the same way, any big learning, mark my words, can only come through need establishment. If you establish the need for that learning will impact you positively. If you don't establish the need for that learning and you just go for something because it's happening, or because you want certificates, e-certificates probably, then there is no point in attending anything, because the need has not been established. So need here is the gap between what you want to do and what you are actually doing, where you want to be and where you actually are, right? If whatever I have talked about has made sense till now, please give me a yes on the comment box. On the chat box, can you just mark a yes, so that I know that you guys are listening? And can I get a yes and a thumbs up? Yes or a thumbs up, so that I just know that whatever I'm talking about is making a little sense. Okay, thanks, Regine, Julius, and Nasreen. So I'm assuming three of you are actually extracting out sense from what I'm speaking. Okay, great. I've got some more yeses and more thumbs up. So great. Okay, we'll go ahead. Once the need is established, right? Once we know that there is a gap, then what is the approach? When you start thinking about your career, before relying on anybody else externally, whether it is a career counselor or a career counseling agency or a psychometric assessment, no. Before going for anything like that, the first thing that the kind of approach that you should take is what is visible in the slide. Approach is first internal analysis, right? Internal analysis means the analysis of your interest and strength areas as well as strength areas. And when we say interest and strength areas, I'm sure you know the meaning, but I'm not sure whether you know what is the exact difference. So in one sentence or one statement, if I'm asked to actually establish the difference between interest and strengths, interest is everything that we like doing. Whatever we like doing is interest, comes under interest. Strength is everything that we are good at. If you are good at something, it becomes our strength. It is very important for you guys to establish your interest as well as strength. For example, singing is one of my interest areas. Whenever I am even a little down or depressed, I just resort to music. I have some genres, specific genres with which I pursue, and I just keep listening to music, keep singing to myself. I'm a bathroom singer as well. But if I really start singing here on this podium, I think the participant list will go down drastically, right? So that means that it is my interest area, but not my strength area, right? It is okay if I pursue singing as a hobby, music as a hobby. I cannot make a profession out of it, right? That is the difference between interest and strength. And it applies to everything. It applies to subjects that you are studying. And I'm told that there are students here, there are working professionals. So the subjects you are studying, the projects you are working at, you will always find things which are of your interest areas and things that are of your strength areas. Just start writing down. There is no format. Just put a heading is interest. Start not now, whenever you find time. Just start writing your interest areas. Can be singing, it can be traveling, it can be uh, socializing, it can be uh, possibly sports, athletics, calculations, data, anything. These are the interest areas. Strength areas are things that you are good at. It can be calculations, arithmetic, it can be memorizing, it can be critical thinking, right? Strength areas. When you do that, the results are good. When you do something, when you pursue something and the results are good, that becomes your strength area. So, interest and strengths, just keep writing it. And if you are writing anything less than 10 phrases under each interest as well as strength, then you're not analyzing yourself internally well, right? You're not analyzing well. So at least 10 areas of interest and 10 areas of strengths that you think yourself. It is fine if you don't find 10, but talk to people. Talk to your close teachers, talk to your parents, talk to your siblings, who you think know you better, right? People who know you better will clearly identify your interest and strength areas. If you are not able to identify that, you don't need a professional counselors for that, right? Trust me. Just talk to the people who are close to you. It is established fact that if your profession comprises of something which includes your interest as well as strengths, you are poised to be successful and you're poised to be happy and satisfied. So it is very important that your profession, if not entirely, then at least comprises of some parts of your interest and strength areas, right? You can drive that profession really, really well, right? I can see some questions and comment coming on the chat box. We'll definitely, as the protocol goes, we'll take it at the last for sure. For sure. If you guys have understood how to do internal analysis rightly, just give me a yes or a thumbs up on the chat box before we go ahead. Before we go further, sorry. Yes or a thumbs up if you have understood internal analysis, interest and strengths, how to do it casually at home. Have you understood? Can I get a yes or a thumbs up? Anything would do. Great, great. So enough of yeses for me to go further. Great. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Right. Moving on. Once you are done with internal analysis, ideally it tells you about yourself. It tells you about how. So what all is inside you, what do you want, what are you good at. Everything is now on a paper. Right. Then we go to external analysis. External analysis is something which establishes industry trends. Now listen to this very, very carefully, because we are living in the world which is influenced and uh, persuaded more by external factors. You will find this interesting. Not saying internal analysis is any less interesting, but then in general the human behavior today is such that we don't analyze internally, we just analyze externally. We just follow external factors, which is important but not without internal analysis. So internal analysis has its own importance.